It is Thursday, March 7th, and it's a heater today. Had no idea who this guy was that is our guest on today's show, Ben Askren. You're probably saying the same thing, potentially. Electric 30-plus minute interview with this guy.
Yeah. The man.
Nice.
Matt Matrione and I have known each other for a while. Chris Lytle, same thing. Ben Askren might be my new favorite active fighter. I think he is. I'm all in this guy's camp. You will be too. After you listen to this interview, it was... I don't know how to... I was going to say fucking electric. But I think it was more than that. It was just a joyful conversation. I can't wait to get to it. And in June, he's going to be fighting. And guess where we're going to be getting our tickets from?
Where?
You know where. I know where. Everybody on planet Earth and the moon knows. If you're going to get tickets, you only get tickets from one place on Earth. It's the greatest ticket buying app on planet Earth, and that is SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the presenting sponsor of the show, which means they paid the most, which means we like them the most, which means you should too. They take care of us, and they take care of anybody that's looking to buy tickets because they scan all the other ticket buying platforms and find the best. Best.
The best.
Yeah,
The best. Oh, yeah. The
Algorithms.
best. Only the best.
They find the best. What was that?
Algorithms.
Attaboy Zito. They do, though. They make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck. They make sure you get the best tickets at the best possible prices because that's what SeatGeek does is they sell tickets to incredible humans like yourself. And right now, if you use promo code PAT, you get $10 off your first order. Wow.
Wow.
A lot of NBA and NHL tickets up for sale for less than $10. You're going for free.
Free game.
You're going for free. You're going to live a little bit. You're going to experience life a little bit from your friends at SeatGeek because you're not just buying a ticket, by the way.
No.
You're buying a memory. You're buying a story at a bachelor or bachelorette party. Maybe at a wedding.
Maybe.
Maybe at a birthday party.
Could be.
Funeral.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Story time happens from going to live events with your friends, going to live events alone. Do whatever you got to do. Just do it with your friends at SeatGeek. Let's get right into this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Standing at 5 foot 10 inches tall, 170 pounds. He's a two-time high school state wrestling champion, a two-time college NCAA champion. He was an Olympian. He's 19-0 in his mixed martial arts career. Ladies and gentlemen, Funky Ben Askren.
That was a hell of an introduction.
Hey, man, I try my best. You fighters get all that shit to happen for you. I think you deserved it.
Appreciate that.
Okay, Ben.
Hey, you know, it's not quite as good as Bruce Buffer. You know Bruce Buffer, he's legendary status on the introduction.
Fucking Bet's good, by the way. I am okay with going head-to-head with the Buffer family. They just make a lot more money for those pipes. Hey, okay, Ben, I've been reading up on you. So the way this all came to be, somebody tweeted, they're like, hey, you need to have Ben Askren on the show. Is it Askren?
Yeah.
Askren.
Askren, yep.
Okay, good. You need to have Ben Askren on the show. Then it started getting some real action in my mentions, and I was like, okay. So I said, hey, let's do this. You responded, and you have over 100,000 followers on the Twitter. Your first UFC fight was just a week ago. In my head, I started doing numbers. I'm like, this dude must be a fucking legend on the internet if he's got over 100,000 and his first fight just happened. So
I'm at 175 as of this morning, I think.
That's incredible. And most people in the MMA world would assume that the only way you can do that is if you go through the UFC, if you get a good push from somebody. Your first fight was literally just a week ago, and there's a lot of fucking controversy around you. Once I started doing some research, why does Dana White hate you? Why is this a thing?
Man, that's a great question. I've been wondering this myself for many years now, and the guy still hasn't taken the time to sit down with me and get on the same page or explain that he doesn't hate me or why he hates me. I don't really get my feathers ruffled too easily, but I do like to know why things happen, and I don't know this one.
Okay, so you're 19-0 with a no contest, which I don't know all the details. It means it's when Matrione kicks a guy in the balls. Basically, that's my only reference to it. Accidentally, the guy lowered his level. Lowered his level. I guess that's the term. I'm learning a lot about this. But I figured in the fighting world, if you're a guy who can fight good, the biggest fight company on earth would want you fighting for them. UFC seems to be the NFL, the WWE, the MLB for fighting. How long has it been that you've sensed like Dana White doesn't like you? That's why you're not getting the call up. Like, how does that whole thing start? How does that come to be?
Well, so really there was only one, twice in my career, really. So in 2013, I finished up my contract with Bellator, who essentially was at that point the number 2 in the world. I was their champion for 3.5 years. I was 12-0 at that point, and I was ranked number 7 in the world. And I went up for free agency. And the UFC said they're interested. And I got my release, and they said, we're not interested. So they pretty much screwed me over. Bad. So I found my way over to an organization called One Championship in Asia, they were kind of in their infancy, and now they're probably the second biggest in the world. I spent 4 years there. I was their champion for 3.5 years. I was undefeated the entire time. And on November 24th, 2017, I decided, hey, man, I'm done. I had enough. I'm retired. I retired. I was done. Never had my opportunity at UFC. In October, I got a call from the CEO of One Championship who said, how about we trade you to UFC?
Oh.
And this isn't football or baseball. This has literally never happened. This has never happened one time. This is not in existence. And I said, well, I mean, I'm up for it if you can do that, if that's even legal. And they traded me. The first trade ever in the history of mixed martial arts. I got traded to UFC. And like you said, I just had my first fight 3-4 days ago.
Well, you won. A lot of question around it. Wilder's right arm definitely looked limp there for a second.
Yeah.
You can understand why the ref stopped it. The ref's name is, what's his name?
Herb Dean?
Herb Dean, yeah. Herb
Dean, yep.
A lot of people came after Herb Dean. Herb did not deserve that. He's a professional. Herb's a fucking professional. He did not deserve that.
Yeah.
You've come out and said that you're not interested in a rematch with Robbie Lawler. You have said all these things, and your record proves, by the way, that you should be as confident as ever. I mean, from all the way back to being a high school wrestling standout. What is next for you? What would be the right move for Ben Askren? What are you looking for?
Sure. I mean, the main reason I'm not interested in the rematch is I wasn't really interested in the fight in the first place. I came out blazing when I got traded to the UFC. I think I called out 8 of the top 10 guys in the UFC. And one of the only ones I didn't call up was Robbie Lawler because I like him. He's a good dude. I got nothing bad to say about him. And they forced me to fight him anyways. So I said, okay, whatever. But now it's like, hey, I've been there, done that. I didn't want to fight him in the first place. There's not really another. If I beat him again, it doesn't really do anything for me. So I might as well go on and fight someone else. So here's the deal. I'm flying to London next Wednesday night. There's a fight between a guy named Darren Till, who's ranked number 2, and George Masvidal, who's ranked number 8. That's next Saturday in London, and I figure I'm going to beat up the winner of that one.
How does it feel to be able to say that what you just said there, like with full confidence? I've never experienced that in my life. Just being like, all right.
Really? I mean, I'm sure you can look at someone in your room right now and say you beat them up, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's for real. But it's not like saying, you know what, these two dudes are going to human cockfight over in London, and then I'm just going to beat up whoever wins. Congratulations, whoever wins that fight. You got a chance to get your ass kicked by funky Ben Askren now. That's how you really feel.
No, that's how I feel. I mean, but this is what we do for a living, right? I've trained my whole life. Wrestling is not fighting, but it's pretty darn close. You get in there and you go armed combat with someone every day, and then, since 2009, I've been training for fighting. And that's just, I don't know, that's just what I do. I've had a lot of success, and yeah, I feel honestly, Robbie was in the top 10. If you look at the top 10, besides my good friend Tyron Woodley, Robbie's my hardest matchup. Darren Till, that's an easy night in the park.
Why is that? Because the ground and pound situation? Is that why he's not good on the ground?
He's from the United Kingdom. They can't wrestle worth a damn. They can't. They're terrible. They can't wrestle. I'll take them down too easy.
I want to let you know this is an international show, so what you're saying will echo and ring true over in the UK. We interrupt this conversation that you were hearing between us and our new best friend, Ben Askren. I don't know if we've gotten to the best part yet. It's depending on where Ty decides to cut in and put this. But some real magic's about to come out of Ben's voice. I am so thankful for Ben Askren joining us, and I'm also thankful for our friends at Lisa.
Oh, yeah. Good sleep.
You know what changes your life immediately?
A good night's sleep.
It really does.
Yeah.
I thought about this earlier. Hot water does not get enough credit in the invention wheel, right? Hot water, a shower does not get thought of. Everybody's like sliced bread, wheels, everything like that. Fire. The heat fire is also a big one. That's probably where the hot water started. But hot water can really change everything for you.
It can. It can.
One shower wakes you up, makes you feel better, your body feels better, everything like that. And then also in the next vein, I was like, also an incredibly affordable and convenient bed that makes you sleep like a goddamn baby, like Dwayne Wade's new baby. Makes you sleep in a beautiful fashion. It's just one of those things that Lisa has gifted us in this office, which is a great night's sleep. Because there's a lot of things that a great night's sleep can do. It can recharge you.
Yep.
It can re-energize you.
Oh, yeah.
It can remake you invested in something that you haven't been invested in possibly in a long time because you're tired and worn out.
Can make your ugly baby look better.
Whoa.
Z, come on, dude.
What are your words?
Baby, bro.
Come on.
Attacking babies now.
Edit that part out, please.
Not sure if we forgot to that part yet. Potentially. We don't know. Something big coming up around the corner for an idiot in our room. You know who he is. And for you non-idiots out there, there's only one choice here, and that's Lisa Sleep Mattress. It's the best mattress I've ever slept on. Am I right, Ty?
Yeah, 1000%.
And I didn't have to go to the mattress store to get it. I didn't have to roll around in other people's bullshit that have been in there before. I didn't have to listen to the car salesman, like mattress salesman guy, trying to sleazeball me into buying something I don't need. What I did was I went to lisa.com/McAfee, got 15% off of the bed, and it got delivered right to my doorstep in a box.
It's a lot of percent.
I took that box right to my bedroom. If you're living in a living room, take that box right to your living room. If you're wherever you're, just take that box. You open that box, and guess what? That mattress is ready to be slept upon, pounded upon, whatever you're looking to do with your mattress in less than 5 minutes. I'd argue and say less than 3 minutes.
I would agree.
Do the math. 180 seconds.
It's fast.
It's fast.
Comfy.
And it just arrived right to your doorstep. Lisa.com/McAfee, LEESA.com/MCAFEE. Promo code McAfee. Get 15% off anything you order there. And you're going to get the best night of sleep of your life.
Correct.
Yeah. And it's going to show up at your doorstep. There's nothing better than that. Shout out Lisa. Back to the convo. Were you a fighter in high school?
No, I never. There's only one person I've ever punched outside of when I get paid for it in my life. That was a college teammate. And no, I never really fought. I mean, I just started wrestling my whole life, but I'm not like angry. You know, I feel like people who get in a fight at a bar, you got to be kind of angry. You got to have a little chip on your shoulder and hostilities. And I mean, I never felt that way. I never felt the need to beat up some random stranger.
You say you're not angry. That's been what's been so intriguing to me, meeting all you MMA people. I mean, if you listen to Joe Rogan, he's one of the most deep human beings mentally that you've ever been around. Now, he'll say it's obviously because of the DMT and shit like that, but like Matreon the same exact way. Like, he's a very deep thinker, well thought out, everything he says. Chris Lytle, even the same exact way. You people that get into, and I mean it, you motherfucking people who get into a cage and get into a ring, like, there has to be something off or special with your brain. Am I correct in saying that?
I think that, I wouldn't say everyone, because we got a lot of dum-dums in this sport. That's true. That's a fact. But I think there's something about getting in a fight that gives you a little bit of wisdom. You know, let you know a little more about yourself, and especially if you're willing to look inwardly about your experiences in fighting. And, you know, I may be 19 on the cage, but especially we talk about my wrestling career coming up, and just in the practice, I got my ass kicked all the time. And it's like, you know, for sport football, this is what I do with college athletics. In sport football, hey man, if you can't make the starting team in football, they say, hey buddy, go sit on the bench. You get some nice gear. You tell the girls you're on the football team. You probably get laid a few times. If you're a backup on the wrestling team, you just go and get your ass kicked every single day, and that teaches you a hard lesson.
I could imagine that. I mean, that is an insane thought, though. I never even thought about being a backup wrestler in a collegiate, because you're just a body. You're just a body for whoever.
You're the body. That's it.
Oh my God, good for you, man. Just getting your fucking dick kicked in.
Like that, you know, think about that. You're the backup lineman. You probably go to the bar. Chicks are all over you. You're the backup 133 pounder. They don't give a
damn. You're not a boring wrestling fighter, though. I think that is something that's been interesting, because I watch in Bellator, a place that you were, their double champ over there,
Bader.
Ryan Bader. That fight he had with Matreon was the most boring fight I've ever seen in my entire life. Fans were actually booing. Now, granted, I don't take anything away from the
Did
ability.
Mitrione play with you?
No, Matreon is from Indy though. He literally passes out in our office like once a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But you're an entertaining wrestling fighter, though. I mean, you are like an entertaining guy. You gotta. What can stop you? Is there anybody that can stop you in the UFC, or do you feel right now you're top of the game? It's only you're just a volcano waiting to erupt in the UFC people's head? Yeah.
I'd say that's what I feel like right now. I mean, honestly, my toughest fight was, me and Tyron Woodley, the guy who he just lost the championship, actually. He was my college wrestling teammate. We've been close since I've been 17 years old. So there's this thing where, hey, we weren't going to fight each other, and that's my worst matchup. And we're not going to fight each other. So I don't really, I'm not ever going to experience that. And so now the guys, when I look at the division, Robbie was my toughest matchup, and now I look at it like Darren Till. I think that's no problem. I think Marty Usman, that's no problem. So yeah, I'm like that. I think of all the volcano waiting to erupt.
I can't wait.
Use your word.
All right, well, let's get away from fighting other humans real quick and talk about you banging chains. I got showed a video.
Oh, please tell me you guys play disc golf.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't play it, fucking Ben. I play real sports. You know that. But I heard we have a guy in here who is a disc golfer, and then we looked on the internet and saw some videos of you playing. You were like elite level disc golfer.
One of the best in the country.
Yeah, I took second at amateur nationals and then ninth at amateur world twice. One time I played in Indiana and I got my car robbed, or Indianapolis and I got my car robbed. I avoid that area now, like the plague.
So how do you get into that?
Go ahead.
How do you get into disc golf? You got to be from are you from like a hippie family? Like how does that happen?
I didn't play much in I played like twice in high school, and a bunch of my college wrestling teammates played, and I just went out there. And then I got this, like, bizarrely obsessive personality that I want to be the best at everything. So then I bought a basket, and I put it in my yard, and I just putted and putted and putted. And then I played in the tournament, and then I got pissed. I freaking lost at the tournament. And so then I just wanted to beat everybody, and I practiced a lot. And I didn't win. I almost won. I was one stroke away from winning the amateur nationals, which was my goal. I know, right? I blew it.
Do you ever play, what's that other one where they play the football with the ultimate Frisbee?
That's too much running, man. I work out for a living. You got to run a lot. You got to run and run and run.
When I asked you, when we were DMing each other, you said you have a vast amount of subjects you could conversate about. What is something that you enjoy that nobody would guess that one of the greatest human cockfighters is into?
That no one would guess. You know what? I try to like put my whole life out there, especially with social media now, so I don't feel like there's anything that's too surprising. I read a lot. I love to travel. I've been to all 50 states. I've been to every national park in the lower 48. Played 750 disc golf courses.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? I'm building a disc golf course on my property.
Oh, my
Yeah, I got a lot
property.
of stuff going on.
Christ. I forgot you already retired. I forgot he's already had a full career. What part of Asia is that Japan?
Well, I fought most of the companies located out of Singapore, but I fought in Singapore, Manila, Dubai, and Shanghai.
Okay, so wrestling over there from the professional wrestling world, it's insane. The loyalty, they treat the wrestlers as if they're old-day gladiators. I'm assuming it's the same thing for mixed martial artist fighters and stuff like that? You get treated like a king over there?
Yeah. I mean, they treated us really, really, really well. And then, man, by the time I was done with one championship, I said when I started, they were kind of in the infancy, but by the time I was done, man, it was bizarre because you're from America and you go over there and you walk down the street and everybody knows your name. It's a really, really weird feeling.
How'd you handle that? Because there's no way they spoke your language, so they just knew funky Ben Askren.
Singapore, they speak English. It's perfect, but I hid my hotel room so I could be antisocial at times.
You fucking do. I see him just sitting in some Asian hotel with a fucking Frisbee and like a little trash can.
They don't have disc golf over there, unfortunately.
Do you rock climb?
Terrible.
If you've been to every national park, do you rock climb, hike? What do you do there? You just drive through and say, well, I've been here?
I've rock climbed before, not a huge amount. My wife used to. Hiking, camping, seeing the sights. You know what? I guess now we're going deep, but I guess I would say my favorite thing about the national parks is when, like, I'll just give you a great example. How many trees you seen in your life, right? You've seen like 1 million trees. And then you go to redwoods and you're like, holy shit, they make trees like that? I've never seen a tree like that. It's like the biggest thing you've ever seen in your life. That's what I like.
You like being surprised by things.
Yeah, have you guys been to redwoods? Because you like the feeling of awe when you see the
Drive a
redwood,
car through
it's just like, good God.
I actually had a dealer who told me that he had a redwood strain, and I smoked it, and that thing, fucking monster. He's like, just that redwood. And I was like, all right, I'll get it. I'm in with it. It was overpriced, I think, but it made me feel like I was in the forest for a while. How much longer are you going to fight for?
I was in retirement last year. I just came out. I don't know. I don't got too much longer left in me. I never wanted to fight, till I was really old. So I don't know, a year, 2 years. I guess we'll take it a fight by fight at this point.
How old are you? I should probably have known this.
34.
Holy shit. So you've lived. If you've already retired, lived in Asia, 34 years old. What's next for you after fighting? Let's assume your volcano erupts, okay? You are just oozing all over everything for the next couple years. Champion on a hell of a run. Everything's perfect. Massive amounts of cash, endorsement deals, post-fight parties. People show up at them and have a good time. They're not just at the club just to be there.
Are you guys going to come to my post-fight party?
Yes. Yeah, I want to let you know, funky shit's going to get real funky and weird now. I'm on my way, Ben. What is the next?
I'm going to push for fight in Chicago, so that's I'm not going to be too far from you guys.
Nice.
Hey,
Great. As far as my future, my brother and I own 3 wrestling academies in Wisconsin, and we coach kids, and it's a blast, and I love it because I get to, I get to see there's too many people in the world that tell kids they suck and they can't be something, and so we get to help them learn to achieve. I mean, I can tell you guys, and I don't know if you guys had the same experience in sport, but in wrestling, I learned, hey, if I work hard, I can be good and I can achieve something, and that's like kind of carried over to the rest of my life. And I love that feeling, and I love when I see it click with kids, and they think, oh my gosh, I just did this. I never thought I could win a state title or get a college scholarship or whatever it is. So I love that part of it, and that's probably what I'll do for the rest of my life.
See, I'm really confused on why Dana White doesn't like you. I thought you must have been like a shit bum. I thought there must have been like some arrests or some terrible attitude. It doesn't sound like
I've never been arrested.
That doesn't sound like it at all.
Don't have any side pieces. Never missed weight. Never failed the drug test. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is.
It might be. I Googled your name, and the first picture that pops up is quite possibly the ugliest yellow singlet of all time from Missouri. And maybe that's it.
Why are you hating on Missouri?
I'm not huge Tiger fan. It's just the yellow singlet.
He's thinking Dana. He's speaking for Dana.
I'm speaking for Dana, not for myself.
Oh, for Dana. It's gold. I think Missouri calls that gold.
It's more like mustard, maybe brown mustard.
Hey, where was the Olympics at when you were on the Olympic team?
Beijing, China.
Oh, so were you already a hero over at that point, or were you just getting started? You weren't even started yet because 2009 you started fighting.
Yeah, I hadn't fought to that point. I won 2 college national titles, and I made the Olympic team, and then I didn't do very well at the Olympics, so I said I'm done with this, and I'm going to go fight and see how that goes.
Okay, so was that the pivot point for you to get into fighting? Was after the Olympics? Because your teammate on that team was Daniel Cormier, right?
And Henry Cejudo. So two of my teammates are now UFC champions, and they actually occupy 3 of the belts because Daniel had both the 205 and the heavyweight. And Henry's I think he might be bumping up. I don't know this, but I think he might be bumping up to try to take on Dillashaw because remember right, TJ Dillashaw came down to try to take Henry's belt. Henry beat him up.
Oh, of course. Of course. I don't know that. Ben, I had no fucking idea right there.
Ben, how heavy would you fight? What's the heaviest you would go to fight?
What'd you say?
How heavy would you fight? Would you move up if the right matchup presented itself?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to move up because I haven't fought anyone at 170. I'm brand new to the company, and that's part of the magic is that I haven't fought anybody. So everyone's a potential target on my list.
Okay, let's talk about your weight loss strategy for weigh-ins. We had a weight loss challenge here for 1 month where we saw humans lose. How much weight did you lose?
Like 46 pounds.
46 pounds in 1 month.
Damn.
Yeah. Wait, it was disgusting. I mean, these people were anorexic, bulimic. They weren't eating anything for an entire month. There was $9,999.99 for tax purposes on the line, and the boys really committed. How much weight did you lose, Zito?
Like 49, I think.
49
Oh my
pounds.
God.
Except not because you lost to me.
Well, yeah, it was by
It's by
percentage.
Oh, yeah, that's right, body
percentage.
percentage.
Yeah, I mean, Todd,
I
you
got
won.
greedy.
Congratulations.
Fucking, I just came across the room.
But Zito did this warm bath, hot bath, I guess, like the night before. Yeah. Is that something that's just a known tactic? Because Matreon told him about that. What is
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, the part that everyone misses when they're thinking of weight loss, and because it doesn't make sense to do it for long term, but if there was a weigh-in, right, which you're fighting there is, and you're kind of, you lose the water weight. I mean, for example, on Friday morning, I weighed in 170.5 pounds, and on Saturday night, I fought at 188 pounds. So I sweated. I essentially sweated off all of that weight. There's a lot of different ways you can sweat. A hot bath is one way. A sauna. You can put some warm clothes on and go running. But yeah, you'd be shocked how much you can sweat off, especially if you're a big person.
That's so much.
So is that not? I'm
unhealthy?
Well, definitely unhealthy. But do you look like Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club when you're like going in to weigh in? Like, are you?
Yes, a lot of them do. Yeah, you look at their face when they're really bad. You can see their face, and their face is all sucked in and shit. Yeah, definitely, it looks rough.
Oh my God!
What's your after fight meal? Like, what do you celebrate with?
You know who'd be a good one to look at if you want to see a good example. Look at Conor McGregor when he used to make 145 pounds. His cheekbones are sticking out excessively. His eyes look kind of like sunken back into his head. That would be a good one, like for you guys to see what a face looks like that's severely dehydrated.
What are you gonna say, Dix?
What do you celebrate then? Since you do all the cutting right before the weigh-in, do you have a certain celebratory meal or drinks that you go with?
Oh, it's more drinks. When you get that level of thirst, all you can think about is drinking. So you just Gatorade, coconut water, and everything.
Hey, no free ads. They don't sponsor you. You don't say any of that. Who are you? Who's your sponsor? Who's on the trunks?
Well, they don't let us have any anymore.
What?
It's Reebok. That's it.
I didn't know that. So UFC.
You didn't know that? UFC did that. Yeah, they you only can have Reebok. That's it.
That was a big deal too, right? Guys losing their private sponsorships.
Yeah, money out of the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Would you like to say anything? Or would you like to make an official statement about that, Ben, so we can piss off Dana White a little bit more?
Would you put Discraft on your trunks?
Well, I see. What I got screwed is the way that Reebok pays you in the UFC is based on the amount of fights you have in the UFC.
Oh
so
my God!
I come in as a veteran, and I get paid like I'm a freaking beginner. Terrible.
What happened in the no contest?
The guy, I actually poked him in the eye, and he faked like he couldn't continue.
Yeah,
seems to happen
happens a lot.
Russian?
Hey, I can't blame him. I just
He was Brazilian, but yeah, those Russians are sneaky, aren't they?
They're just the Russians of the South.
Hey, do you even train wrestling in your camps because you're so and I would say you're probably the most dominant wrestler they have seen in a long time, since Dan Henderson and Randy Couture were throwing people around. But do you even have to train in that aspect anymore? Or is it pretty much all stand up?
Well, I do a lot of mixed martial arts training. Where it's we're not going. I got good partners, so we're not like fighting, but we're kind of doing everything at once. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you're still working submission defense and stuff like that. But you don't worry. You don't even sweat having to. You can take anybody down anytime you want, right? Like that going in.
So we don't do. I don't really do too much like straight wrestling. Nah, but like mixed martial arts, punches into takedowns into submissions, those kind of things.
Ryan Bader, whenever he was fighting Matreon, said he heard Matreon was training wrestling and said it was the dumbest thing he could have ever done in his entire life. I think that's.
He said that?
Yeah, he actually did say that. On our show, I think he said it. He said I heard that Matreon might be training wrestling. That's the dumbest thing he could have ever thought about in his life because I've been doing this my entire life. I think that's where Todd was probably asking that from.
Yeah, I just think it's a huge advantage, like especially as someone as dominant as you are, everybody else has to work to keep you from taking them down. So they probably spend a huge amount of their camp just practicing that takedown defense.
What about what about the flying knee when you go shooting in? Is there any thought of a potential flying knee right to the face?
Yeah. It's all about timing. It's all about time. It's a timing thing, right? You gotta, and that's kind of what you're practicing. If you're a good wrestler, you're practicing your timing, because that's when you're, when you can really catch people on the takedowns. If they time, if you're a defensive guy and you time their shot really well, you can knee them, or you can uppercut them, or you can sprawl and get out of there. So it's a huge timing issue.
You got good rhythm? You got good rhythm over there? You a dancer, huh? Tear down a couple
Well, I've only got kneed once, so it ain't too bad.
What's your celebration after you win? Are you just very casual, or do you jump on top of the cage, do the yell? Do you do a point at a camera and yell? Everybody seems to yell after they win. I would too.
I've never jumped on the cage. You know what? Actually, I realized about halfway. I didn't celebrate the last one. It was a madness, so I was distracted. But I did realize halfway through my career that one of the main things they show in the promos for the next fight is the guy's celebration. So then after everyone fights, I try to do some dumbass celebration. But you'd be shocked. They put them everywhere.
What's the hardest you've ever been hit? Like, is there moments?
Saturday night.
Yeah? Your face looked like
Did you guys watch it?
Yeah, I did watch it. But your face looked like...
killed me for about 10 seconds there.
Well, that has to feel good, though. You can take a shot like that and just keep it moving. No worries at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He got my arm. In that slam, he got my arm trapped behind my back. So I got put in a terrible position, and I couldn't really... It was really hard for me to defend myself because I was kind of had the one arm trapped underneath me, and he was behind me. So, man, I had to take some really hard shots there before I was able to escape that.
Have you ever taken any shots like that? And was that ever a question in the camp? Like, hey, if you're going to get one to the face? Because I assume a lot of fighters, before they get shot, you don't know if you have a good chin, right? Until you get a good shot. Yeah. You have no idea. Have you ever had a situation like that before in your undefeated run?
That would be the worst. That would have been the worst one. I took a few knees and other things, but I did a 23andMe DNA test. The only thing exciting that came back was that I have more Neanderthal than 99% of the population.
We love it. We talk about that all the time.
Probably just Bat Mitrione's higher than me.
Him and Brock, bro. Him and Brock Lesnar are both fucking Neanderthals for sure. For sure. Would you ever get in WWE? Are you a fan of WWE?
I think I'm too old for that now. I mean, I would love to do it like once or twice, but I could travel on the road all the time. Those guys got crazy schedules.
That is very, very true. All right, we got a little segment called "The Room Wants to Know." The boys here will ask you a question each. Basically, we're trying to get quotes from you to market.
All right.
To market this show.
I love this section because this is where you guys get me to say something stupid and then put it all over the headlines.
That is correct. That is correct. The first guy was the guy that asked you a question, big time MMA fan, former amateur jiu-jitsu champion, I believe, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Nice. White belt.
Why, white belt. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Brown belt some days if he's wearing blue. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd McCombs.
Hey, Ben, I want to know from you, like when you're outside, because I know you have this crazy training schedule and you've really done that your whole life. When you get time to relax, who's the one person you grab to go spend a day, and what are you doing?
Oh, well, I'd probably be my wife and kids now, and I would probably talk them into playing some disc golf. That's my relaxation, man, all day long. Throw some disc golf.
How old are your kids?
I got 6, 3, and 1, so I'm busy.
Oh, jeez, you're playing. That's a full court presser. I mean, that's a 3-man zone. Next guy is Italian from Pittsburgh. Knows next to nothing about fighting. I think pretty accurate, Diggs.
No, inaccurate.
Password is armbar.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. loves fighting. His password.
Mean armbar.
Yeah, Diggs is his name.
Listen, Ben, you've got an incredible head of lettuce on you.
Yep, you do.
What do you go? Perm? Nice frizzy hairspray? What are we dealing with here? Because I got a sort of an issue going on.
Yeah, that's understatement.
What's your issue?
It's falling out.
It's a fucking Houdini operation going on up there.
So do you perm? What's going on?
No, I got naturally curly hair. I can't. This is what God dealt me. So this is what I'm rocking.
You kind of
since about 16 years old.
You kind of look like if Lil Dicky went to the gym for the next 7 days for the next year. That's kind of what you look like, to be honest.
Oh, man. I'm going to come in the studio next time.
Hey,
No, that was a good thing. That was a good thing. That was a compliment. That was a compliment.
Armbar.
That was a compliment. That was a compliment.
Ben, what is your favorite type of music? What do you listen to? What's your walkout song? Has it always been the same?
My walkout song has been the same since my sophomore year of college. It's "Give Up the Funk" by George Clinton.
Oh, boy.
But that's kind of my theme song. And then I'd say my favorite band of all time. I listen to a lot of things, but my favorite band is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
You guys are good.
Thank you. We try to make you feel comfortable and welcome. Next guy, he did a 23andMe and found out he's Irish. He's always been a big pro-Italian guy, kind of a kick in the dick for him. No contest, 23andMe, Nick Morodo.
3.8% Irish, right? Let's calm down. Ben, did you beat McGregor's ass or what?
Okay.
Can I be whose ass?
McGregor.
Oh, he sucks.
Oh, that's a wild statement. That was exactly what the purpose of this entire segment was, for you to say something along those lines. Why is that?
Seriously, he's terrible, and he knows he would never say yes to fighting me. It'll be like the worst night he's ever had.
Let's go.
Hey.
Okay, here's my question. Was he an elite fighter at one point, and then once you get $100 million, it's hard to be committed to waking up at 5 a.m. and rolling for 2 hours, then sweating? Is that the case?
I think that's a big part of it, and I think the other part of it is he's very, very elite at a couple things, but once you figure out a skill set, and if you have a skill set like Khabib, then, man, that's a tough road to hoe for him. And then when you're making $100 million and you don't want to train or be in shape, it's even tougher.
What about Jones?
What about John
If you had to meet him in a catchweight, can you beat him?
Jones is gigantic. See how big he is? He's an animal.
That's a good idea, by the way. I like what you said. I thought maybe you were just going to saw down everybody, though. I was really excited for the promotion of this podcast.
I challenged John Jones to best of 5 takedowns. I think he thought I was fucking with him, but I'm serious. I want to wrestle him.
All right.
Okay, I like that a lot. By the way, I have an in with the Jones family. I played with his brother Arthur. Art Jones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I could probably.
I think he was at the fight.
He was. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's D-tackle.
Yeah,
He's a big boy.
Well, but who Art and what's the other one? What's the other
Chandler.
brother's name? Because they both played in the NFL.
Chandler.
I think it was Art. It was Art that was there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was flexing on the IG. He's really proud of John, as he should be, by the way. The whole family should be. Next question's from a guy from
I think they're twins, aren't they? Just not identical.
Oh, I don't know that, actually. You might know more than me.
I believe they were in high school. They graduated high school in the same year. I believe they're twins.
Did you live in Asia when you were fighting for one, or were you flying back and forth?
No, I'd go over there for 2 weeks at a time.
I was about to say, because the entertainment over TV's tough. So I was like, did you just study the internet all the time? That's how you know these types of facts. I didn't know. I was interested.
Yep.
All right. Next guy's name is Jeffrey Gorman. Handsome older man.
Ben, you're crazy like a fox. I like that about you. But let's go back to Missouri. Let's go to the Olympic career, and let's go to 19-0 professional career. What's the worst injury you've had that you've walked into the ring with?
Man, none really. I've been super healthy. The only thing I really had, I had when I was 16 and then again in college, I had some neck issues where I was losing strength in my left arm, but I got that solved, and I haven't really been hurt barely at all.
Let's go.
Fair enough.
He's a health machine, man. He's Neanderthal.
Yeah.
By the way,
Neanderthal, that's what it is. It's Neanderthal juice.
I'm happy that you went back to like literally his entire life.
Well, I just went back to just started in Missouri. A lot of good fights there, and an Olympic, then professional. He's like, no, you're an idiot. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Next guy is he's a dum-dum, like you mentioned earlier. He's from Chicago. His name's Zito. Good luck with this.
Hey, Mr. Funky. How disrespectful is it when you put someone in a Saturday night ride?
Disrespectful. Like, are we in a wrestling match or are we on the street?
Hold on.
Wrestling
Just
match.
hold on, Ben. You had a podcast.
That's a move. That's a real move. I don't know what. That's not disrespectful. You're trying to pin him.
What the fuck
Now,
is a
if it was
Saturday
on the
Night
street
Ride?
It's the
and
most
you were
disrespectful
holding
move
him
of all
down,
time in
that might be an
wrestling.
issue.
Why do you think it's a disrespectful move?
Why do you think it's disrespectful, Zito? Tell the man to his face ear that why you think it's
Are you a Saturday Night Ride guy?
He didn't.
If I gotta be.
What is a Saturday
So
Night
you
Ride?
basically lay on top of them, you spread their legs
Saturday Night
out.
Ride is, okay, let me
There you
explain. When you say you're pinning someone, you have them in their back. One of the ways they can get off their back is by digging their feet into that and bridging. You know, like they bridge up on their head to bust you off, essentially.
Uh-huh.
Well, a Saturday Night Ride is when you step over both their legs and then you hook them and you essentially take their legs out from underneath them. And it might look like a position that you could also find yourself in with a female on a Saturday night.
Cowgirl. Got it. So this is cowgirl? Is that what we're doing?
Basically, yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
There you go.
Hey, you wrestlers do find yourself in precarious situations on a very regular basis. The mental toughness is next level.
It's funny.
It's true, though. I was, what's it called? Rolling?
Rolling. Mm-hmm.
I was rolling with the guys here in Indianapolis. They have this gritty fucking basement dungeon that they train in. And I was rolling with them, and I never wrestled in high school, so I wasn't comfortable with the people, how close they were and their body on top of me. That was something I really had to get used to. I feel like that's quite an advantage that wrestlers have going into MMA. That's something that you guys are just used to literally since you're fucking kids. Just people laying on your face. It's next level.
Yeah, that's funny because I don't think twice about it.
Yeah, put it right there. Next guy's a huge Patriots fan. He's the worst. I don't know how you sit in football. His name's Connor.
Hey, Ben, you've won at every level from high school to the pros. Is there one match that stands out as the toughest?
There we go.
Well, there's always, I always say there's four things where I like that are my proudest moments. That would be winning my first high school state title, winning my first college national title, earning my college scholarship, and making the Olympic team. So those four things were like many, many, many years worth of work all piled into one moment.
You become UFC champion. Will that become a fifth night?
I would say that'd be number 5, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Are we officially invited to that after party, by the way? Is that
the birth of your
Yeah,
children?
well, you're invited to all my after parties.
Let's go.
Okay, I like that a lot. He meant
Except the
professional.
Italian guy. He sounds too wild.
Yeah, well, he also just took a shot at you for not mentioning your children there. That was him. Yeah, he should not be invited.
They're number 6.
Yeah. Next guy's from Iowa, Midwestern boy, Ty.
Hey, Ben, so I know like you were thinking about the whole GSP thing, maybe fighting him, and then he retired. That kind of fell through. Who's one guy who you would love the opportunity to knock his teeth out?
Well, I think GSP. Listen, I think GSP is still on the table. I think that was some kind of next level negotiating tactic because he maybe wasn't getting what he wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think he wanted the Khabib fight, and maybe they wouldn't give him the right terms or something, and so he just wanted to give him the middle finger publicly. So I think that one's still on the table, and he's been a legend. He's someone I grew up watching. That's someone that I would love to fight if I got the opportunity.
Would you think about? No, I know. Take a second to think about this because I don't want you to get yourself in any shit here. But if Steven Seagal wanted to fight you, would you? Did
you say Steven Seagal?
Yeah. Would you say no publicly or privately?
That's hilarious. Steven Seagal has somehow been able to pull the wool over people's eyes for the last 30 years.
It's incredible.
Kind of inference that he can actually fight people. It's hilarious.
Preach, Ben. Preach.
Hey, we have a guy, that old guy that asked you the question about earlier. He has publicly stated that he wants to fight Steven Seagal for being a big phony his entire career. It's him.
Oh my gosh. I'd pay to watch. I'm in. I'm buying the pay-per-view.
I think that's all we need to tell Seagal, right? If we just tell him there's a little bit of cash involved, that guy is in. Last question is from a kid from Michigan. Very handsome fella. Know that that's coming from this. Evan Fox.
Ben, I just want to know how you got your nickname.
The song.
Funky?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of... I don't know if I think created is the right word, but I kind of brought to life this new style of wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Great
in
question.
college that everyone called the funk. And so one of my buddies made this shirt and had my picture on it. It said funky. And then, we were broke-ass college kids, so we sold those down to them that summer. And it stuck.
That's an NCAA violation, Ben. That is an NCAA violation. You're going to get that championship fucking yanked from you.
Reggie pushed.
They can't trade the cash.
Hey, Ben, we thank you so much. You're the coolest dude I think I've never heard of before until now. I am so thankful. I can't wait to watch you continue this run here. Whatever you do, man, I would love to be in a steady rotation whenever you hit the media outlets. That'd be an honor of ours.
All right. That's awesome. Yeah, hopefully you guys... I'm hoping to fight June 8th in Chicago, so maybe you guys post the after party.
We're coming. We're coming.
Yep.
If you're June 8th in Chicago, we're... ladies and gentlemen, Ben Askren. All right. Hey, I like that guy.
He's a man.
Yeah,
great guy.
I feel bad because I was kind of hating on him a little bit for beating
you
up my
were.
boy Robbie Lawler, but he's a fucking great dude.
He was, and I would
a
assume
fan.
that as soon as he says, I'm not interested in a rematch, a lot of people would be like, oh, it's because you didn't really actually win. He's like, I don't have a lot of time left. I would like to accomplish more
That's
things.
exactly right. What did he say? Maybe 2 years? So he's going to get his key fights in.
Yeah, he's like, Robbie, I'm a big fan, he said.
Yeah.
He said, I called out 8 of the top 10 people in his bracket, and Robbie was not one of the people he called.
Yeah.
I like that guy a lot.
Yeah.
He's full-blown hippie, though, man.
I know.
Hey, I'll say this. I played disc golf in Nashville a dozen times. And if you ever played at Pat McAfee, you'd be hooked in a minute.
Really? It's like that?
It is.
Hey, is anyone surprised?
That Corman played?
No.
No.
But I'm just telling you, it's you got to hit your spot. You got goalposts, whatever. You
How
say.
long is it? How far are the things?
Hundreds of yards.
Hundreds of yards. Yeah, and then they have par threes and stuff like that. You're
So
trying to-
you huck it, you walk to it, pick
Yeah.
it up.
and the net stands about this high off the ground. You have to get it in the net.
People
You gotta
forget.
make
I
the
took a
chase.
frisbee class in college.
Oh, really? That.
People
Forehand.
forget.
You have an
backhand?
advantage.
I had a great backhand. I had a great backhand.
The flick you didn't have though.
The forehand, though,
It's tough.
tough.
It was tough.
And that's a dog leg left, I would assume, is where I would really struggle. But if he's top, he said 9? He was 9th internationally?
Amateur, yeah.
That's insane. Good for him, man. Good for him. Living in Asia would be crazy. I'm happy he said that he only went for a couple weeks at a time. I don't know how anybody lives over there.
I don't either.
Yeah, I didn't know they speak English in Singapore.
Honestly,
Newsflash.
knew nothing about Singapore.
I was thinking that's an untapped market maybe we break into.
Singapore, if they speak English?
I mean, it's beautiful.
Let's get in there.
Get the
Beautiful.
cheat code shirts printed now.
Hey, this show is a big time pro Singapore place.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
This
yeah,
show,
oh, yeah.
We love the
A
Singapore.
lot of huts on water. Beautiful area.
Oh my god! Probably retire there for.
It's definitely one of the
Probably 9 to 1 on the dollar.
top 5 IG spots for
So-
models. to
Yeah,
go
they
to.
only cane you now if you do something really bad. Like
Correct.
you can steal stuff now and not get caned.
What's that? What'd you just
The
say?
Singapore cane.
Sugar.
No.
Lashes.
Old cane.
Lashes.
Oh, that's that Saudi Arabia.
A lot of
documentary.
bamboo. A lot of bamboo
Scared
over
the
there.
fuck out of me, dude. That Saudi Arabia documentary scared the hell out of me. I don't recommend it, but I kind of do. So you see what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
It was scary to think about.
A lot of scary places.
A lot of scary places. I still haven't found a new documentary I'd like to watch. Everybody said a lot of good recommendations, but I've seen all of the ones that people have sent me. I go balls deep in that documentary thing, and I just watch and watch and watch. That Free Solo is worth a watch, though. The Free Solo documentary.
The Oscar winner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is worth a watch.
I feel like I would just have so much fucking anxiety the entire time watching that.
The first couple scenes are very difficult.
Pat, I saw it over the weekend. I call it a horror film. I really did. It's a horror film, and I loved it. But watching that cat go up that thing by himself, telling nobody,
Hey.
and going up with no ropes.
Wait. Like he doesn't say, "Hey guys, I'm going to climb right now."
Hold
so
on, there's a couple different. I mean, you're gonna have to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
We
not
don't.
a big-
It's a documentary.
It's great.
We
Wonderful.
don't want to give away the plot.
Nope.
Okay.
But there are some sweaty.
Oh,
Palms are sweaty. The way Zito.
He's weak.
Palms are sweaty.
It's not palms are heavy.
Palms are sweaty.
Well, I was saying it more like because you put your palms in the sky and it got heavy from holding up too much. So it was like a little remix.
Oh, you were making a. That's from Heartland Radio 2.0 for those not listening. Zito is filled with those if you want to check it out. Great show. It's all of us just doing dumb things on a regular basis. That Free Solo was incredible. Is there anything else happening in the world? I feel like there has been a pretty dead time in
I
the
got a
world.
little something if you guys want to.
Go.
Obviously, we're in the days of Lent. It's a religious time.
Oh, yeah,
So I've
yeah.
got a story that pertains to Jesus Christ. Okay.
Loves you.
And this is a West Virginia story.
I like that.
From Grandview, West Virginia. I want to get your take on this. A huge fire, that firemen could not even enter the property at because those are the worst when they say, we can't even send guys in. It's too hot in there.
Okay.
Everything burned down except the crucifixes and they had 30 Bibles in there, and the 30 Bibles not burned
That's a
or
lie.
the crucifixes. So I'm saying this to you guys. We are in a
It's
Lent
a religious
period.
event.
What was
Diggs.
that? And what's going on in West Virginia?
People see Jesus on their toast all the time.
Yeah, those. I believe.
These Bibles survived when firemen couldn't even go fight the fire.
Praise Jesus.
There is a time and a place for the biblical slander, and this is not one of those times.
Right.
This is a memorable, historic, magical moment from your Lord and Savior, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen. Amen. I only say it's a lie because it scares the fuck out of me.
It's kind of scary to think about, right? Like, what if we're wrong?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure we are.
Well, I'm just saying.
Was it a Catholic church?
That
well, if they
I
have
don't
crosses,
know.
it has to be, right?
I mean, yeah, it's crucifixes
And
with
Bibles.
Jesus Christ on them. So
I wouldn't put it past them to burn it
better
down.
take it easy with the way that you are.
What am I saying?
The emphasis you're saying on old Cuzzy's son, the guy that popped out of the Virgin Lady,
You're offending
and
me
then
right now.
died for you to say the things you're saying
well,
right
believe
now.
me, growing up with Fair and Square Lair, that's all I really heard before Jeffrey. Jesus Christ, Jeffrey.
Baron Square Lair is his dad, great man, hilarious man up there in Michigan. I have so many questions about the religion, man, because somebody's going to be right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of them has to be.
Somebody is going to be right, and it's like, what happens? What happens then? Do
I told you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say the Jewish community is right. Okay, so whenever Christians die, do their souls and spirits just get dropped off at a place where it's just a bunch of Jewish people
Dead?
We fucking told you.
That would be funny.
Fucking told you, and then just like Gorman, bye bye, down the chute you go.
And that's your last. No, that's the last shit that happens to you.
Just a bunch of Jewish people telling you, we tried to tell you. You guys made the sequel. We told you we didn't need another story. The original book is it. Bye-bye, blocked, muted.
That's why.
See you later, right down the shitter.
That's why I like to fuck with them all.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Dip my toe in all of them.
I like to learn about them all so that maybe there's a quiz.
Correct.
So when you get there, there's like a quiz, and you're like, okay, I think
Like a Wonderlick.
Yeah, like a Buddha. Like, yeah. So like a Buddha Wonderlick.
No, it's like an SAT. You gotta have a good enough score to get in.
You mean you'd like to learn about each one individually and make your own informed choice instead of being brainwashed as a child?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I got questions.
Oh boy.
Sounds fair to me.
Oh boy.
I was going to do an entire stand-up set because this is something that I don't talk about often because religion is one of those things
Correct.
that really gets people going. But I honestly feel like I might be one of the most diverse, knowledged humans when it comes to all the religions because I'm so intrigued by it. Because religion causes wars.
Oh, yeah.
Religion causes billions of things to happen. There's a lot of people that won't talk to people strictly because of what could potentially happen after you die. It's a wild phenomenon to me. I am very intrigued by it all. India has thousands of gods. Thousands of gods. You can go see them. They're little statues, like little elephant statues on the corner of the street. Like you just go, oh, this is the god for like whenever you're going through a bad road. This is the god.
Potholes?
And then pothole. This is the pothole god right here. And then like on the backside, it's like here's the dream god. If you had bad dreams, you go over here. Then here's like the lifting strength god over here.
Because there's a lot of people. You need multiple gods to deal with multiple issues.
Yeah, if that pothole god's around, hustle your ass to Indianapolis, will
It's
you?
bad here. Did you see they were about they were going after people for filling potholes with no licenses?
Yeah. Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, what people would say is you could be like, you know how you have the fake string across the street?
Oh, yeah.
That's fucked
And
up.
it's like a prank. If people were out there dumping terrible shit into these holes, I guess it could become a bigger problem than it already is, but I don't see how. I don't see how. So everybody on the internet sends me the one meme where a guy was just drawing dicks over the potholes.
Wanksy.
Yeah.
Wanksy.
Oh yeah, he's all over the place.
Wanksy?
Wanksy's his name. Yeah.
He's tagging him.
They call him Wanksy.
That is one of the most clever. We need him. We need Wanksy. We need Wanksy in India in a bad way.
Mark
You
these
need to
potholes.
distort his voice if you get him on here.
What's that?
You need to like distort his voice because you can't like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll just let you
Secret.
talk for him.
Yeah, there you go.
It works out.
I'm sure he'll sign up for that. What's going on this weekend? Anything?
Antonio Brown's expected to be traded by this weekend.
Oh yeah. Where's he going? Packers, Raiders.
Raiders.
Packers haven't been mentioned at all, so I don't
off.
know.
So maybe
We'll
Packers.
see. They said it's basically down to the Raiders, Redskins, and the Titans right now.
Yeah, but
I
one
think.
call from Aaron Rodgers right to AB, and that changes.
Because
like
AB
you know?
makes a decision. So that makes sense. Fucking idiot.
It's a Steelers fan reminding everybody that the Steelers are in control of this entire situation, which is interesting because it seems like they couldn't control the situation. That's why we are in the situation that we are currently in. A lot of people
Well
would say.
said.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, he's uncontrollable.
Well, I think every single team has to balance egos. That
cancer.
is something that the Steelers have realized that they have not been able to do. It seems as if that could be a problem in the future with the way it is becoming quite an ego society. If you look at these rookies doing their interviews, everybody's hyping themselves up. It used to be nobody would talk. Like nobody would say a single thing. I want to look humble. I want to do this. Now it's like, yeah, I think I'm the best this in the game. I think I can do this. And then they get in the locker room and you got guys that are 45 times better than you.
Correct.
Strictly because they've been in the league for 10 years. And now there's like an issue. It's going to be interesting to see how everybody handles and manages egos going forward because this new millennial ego is next level.
It's a bunch of Connors and Foxies.
It is. It is. It's a bunch
I was disgusted. I was watching Food Channel the other night, and Chopped was over, and like the remote couldn't find it, obviously, because the remote's the hardest thing to find in the world. And next great baker cake contest comes on. And it's these like 12-year-old kids, and this kid is terrible, just horrible, deserved to never be on the show at all. Anyways, and he gets voted off. And 6 kids come up and run and give him hugs. And like, we're so sorry. And then he got sent home crying. That's just generation disgusting.
That's what the pub does every time you insult one.
Do not compare us to 12-year-olds, okay?
What? Nick made
Don't
compare you guys to
12-years.
We are
Nick
10
made a really-
years removed from them.
Nick made a really good point. You guys do exactly what I just described on the cake thing.
What do you mean?
We never baked cake once.
Not once.
Like
I never tried either.
Anytime Zito says something dumb, Fox says, it's okay, Zito, you'll do better next time.
I think Fox, I will say this. I think Foxy's been burying his pub co-founders at an alarming rate lately.
It's awesome.
And it's beautiful. I'm trying to gasoline that fire a little bit more to get that place to burn down.
Well, let's think about it. We just got so many T-shirt sales that we got a new bar. And the Friday after, the Friday after,
You got a chalkboard.
These two guys decide not to do a video for them.
You got a chalkboard with shelves.
Yeah, good shelves. Glass shelves.
Good shelves.
Are they glass?
Anyways, though, that is the millennial work ethic, though. You achieve something, then decide you don't have to do it.
Not on my watch.
Connor quit.
Not on my watch.
No, we're just mixing it up. You know how we do it? We're just keeping it fresh at the pub.
Oh, yeah. There'd be no video this
poor
week,
choice
next
of words.
week, the week after
No.
that. There would be no video forever because you smelled just a little bit of success.
Well, I just can never leave town anymore. I leave town once these guys can't get a 1-minute video done.
That is the
I
problem,
agree with
too.
that.
Yeah, he's yelling
They
at
need
us.
you there
A little
to get off their
accountability.
ass.
Yeah.
You need accountability there.
Yep.
I need you to step up next time.
Anyways, those kids crying for that 12-year-old made that kid think that there's hope that he should have won.
Yeah. Trust me, there was no hope.
What did he do wrong?
Everything.
It was
be a loser.
They had to make a cake that was a puzzle and piece it together. And this kid,
Jesus.
this kid,
Plus, he
We're
was
talking
getting-
about his baking, not him as a person. He's a 12-year-old.
As a baker, I mean.
Sure.
Not as a kid.
But he's being taught that it's okay to lose.
Correct.
'Cause he got positive reinforcement
Yeah, it was
for
unbelievable.
getting the first one kicked off the fucking shop.
I don't think there's anything wrong with people succeeding or winning. I
No.
think that is something that should not be frowned upon.
Do we hate the
there's
participation?
also nothing wrong.
Yes.
Is that what we hate the most?
There's also
right?
nothing
Yeah.
wrong with losing as long as you learn from it.
Exactly. There is nothing wrong
kid
with losing.
didn't learn.
But it just happens. Like
Go home
losing-
and make shitty cakes for his family, and they're like, "Oh, it's a really good cake." It's not.
Wait until you get out of college and you get offered a job for fucking 20 grand a year and you just got to fucking get your dick kicked in every day. How about this? How about you having to pay somebody 250 grand to work for them? That is a
Penetrate your
real-
ears.
People are going to be doing it.
People are going to be doing it.
Losing's supposed to hurt.
It is.
Yes.
So you don't feel it again. You work
Yeah.
harder the next time.
Get angry.
I don't want to get up on a perch, but I feel like if it wasn't for my losses,
Get him.
the wins wouldn't feel as good.
Correct.
That's right.
Exactly.
Well said.
You know what they say?
What do they say?
The brightest sun comes up.
They do say that.
Darkest dawn.
I've heard
Yeah.
Tim Tebow loved that quote.
Yeah, big pop, big pop.
By the way, can somebody quote Tim Tebow real quick so we can just say he's on this episode? Jesus.
Thanks, you.
Loves you.
Loves you.
Perfect. Tim Tebow's on this episode. Hey,
In and out.
Did you see that video of somebody dropping something, a picture for him to sign down on a string?
Oh yeah.
So as he's walking off the field out the tunnel to his locker, to the locker room or whatever, there's just a clipboard hanging from a string, probably 25 feet, just hanging right in the middle of the thing. He walks up to it, doesn't even look up at the human. Doesn't even engage in a conversation. Grabs the marker off the clipboard, signs it, puts the marker back on like it's a bank thing, and then just goes right up and just walks. It doesn't even say like anything to him. Just walks right off. I'm like, that's Tim Tebow.
I'd be surprised if he didn't untie it and then it just floated back up to the
That's risky.
It might have.
If you go to reach for that and they yank on it, you look like a jackass.
Yeah, they're setting you up for failure. That was like whenever kids used to dab for high fives.
Yeah, Tim would have saw that coming.
I don't grab things on strings. I don't high five kids.
That's a pretty good rule. Pretty good rule.
Low fives for kids all the time.
Oh,
I fist bump.
There
I
you
make them come to me too.
90-10?
I'm locked in at 90 degrees probably on my arm, just right there. Yep. If they want to come, they can come. If not, get the fuck out.
Is that sometimes worse though? Because you're just staying here the whole time?
No. Because you got to remember, you're directing traffic at this point. It's a child.
Yeah.
You are smarter than they are naturally. Except for some of those kids on that Kid Genius show that Neil Patrick Harris hosted.
Oh, yeah.
Those kids were next level. The future looks very bright if those kids can learn any grit and work ethic, which they already will probably because they all read the dictionary and the encyclopedia. Those kids, I had a lot of hope for the future whenever those kids were on that show.
But none of them have lives, so 20% of them not making 18. It's tough.
What the fuck just happened?
It's a high percentage.
Non-athletic.
Todd just said, I think that these kids are going to get sick of life, which is a wild statement.
They're also probably not vaccinated either.
Hey, what is that all about?
I don't know. Polio is at an all-time high right now, I think.
Measles outbreak. Can't wait to get fucking SARS again.
We're hilarious.
That guy.
This show sucks. Thank you all for listening. And also thank you all for investing with your friends at Robinhood. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission free. They strive to make financial services work for everyone, not just the wealthy.
Correct.
Nope.
Non-intimidating way for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time with true confidence. Simple and intuitive, clear design with data presented in an easy-to-digest way. Todd, you have gotten balls deep into Robinhood.
Yep, it's my retirement plan. I use that shit every paycheck.
You really do.
I do. I take something out of my paycheck every 2 weeks, put it right in Robinhood.
And it's
smart.
The design of Robinhood makes you feel like you know what you're doing because they're actually educating you while you are investing.
I can read on any stock. Experts tell me exactly what I need to know about each stock I'm considering.
And every time you buy or sell a stock, it's commission free. That is incredible. There's no commission fees. Other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, but Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees, trade stocks, and keep all of your profits. You know, there was a lunch that happened between Leonardo DiCaprio, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew McConaughey had cocaine in his pocket while telling Leonardo DiCaprio that it's all bullshit. It's just a big fairy tale. Blah, 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 blah. The only thing that matters is the fees, basically. Turning him over, keeping him on the rock. All they cared about was the fees, because they were collecting and screwing people over. Not with your friends at the Robinhood.
Nope.
Robinhood wouldn't do that.
Nope.
No way. They would never.
What did Robinhood actually do?
Steal from the rich, give to the poor.
That is what you are doing with the Robinhood app. You are robbing the stock market blind with your brand new confidence and ability to trade ETFs, which we all know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Options and cryptos, all commission free, plus the stocks. Robinhood is giving listeners a free stock such as, i.e., Apple.
Heard of it?
That one's been doing a steady climb into quadrant 1 for a long time.
Yep.
Ford. Wow.
They do cars.
It's my favorite.
Good gas tanks.
Or Sprint. You're not going to get all three, but you'll get a stock like one of those three to help build your portfolio immediately. Sign up at McAfee.robinhood.com. That's McAfee.robinhood.com. Shout out to Robinhood, bro. I like what they're doing.
Good people.
By the way, the first weekend of the NCAA tournament is the greatest betting event of the year.
It is.
It's true. I agree.
You got a lot of things happening in a very short amount of time, all looking to be profited from.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you like filling out a bracket, picking a national champion, predicting first-round upsets, or all of the above, please, MyBookie is the perfect home for your March Madness fun. Will Zion Williamson and his teammates cement their legacy at Duke with a title?
Nope.
Maybe. Will Zion Williamson play again?
Maybe.
Can Virginia get past its loss to a 16 seed last year? And can Kentucky get back to the Final Four? If you know the answers, like everybody in this room seems to, or even if you don't, MyBookie is the place to get in on the action. They have something for everyone, even you, multiple bracket guy.
Oh, that guy. That guy.
MyBookie has been in business for years. And years! Their goal is to give you the best customer service in the business. And the best part is they pay out fast when you win. I'm talking 48 hours. Bet with the best and kick back and enjoy March Madness while you watch your picks cash the fuck in.
Let them know. Yep.
Deposit with MyBookie today with promo code PAT for a 50% sign-up bonus. That's promo code PAT. With MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid. March Madness is awesome. It's better when you got a horse in the race. Every single one of them. You're smart. Go make some money off it. Invest in yourself. Invest in your brain at MyBookie.ag. Promo code PAT, 50% bonus. Let's get back to the action.
I was born in it.
I was born in it. Hey, I'm not a big flu shot guy because they're literally telling you this is a shot in the dark. We're guessing what we think the flu strain could be.
Right. That's right.
This is what we think it could be. So we're going to give your body some of it so you build up an immune to it. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So I'm not all in on the flu shot. I think it's a big hustle, a big scam.
Yeah, me too. I want to walk backwards.
Big flu.
What's that?
The cheerleader can only walk backwards after she got the flu shot.
It's so weird.
I still think that was a hoax.
I don't think so. That was real.
Bro, we're looking for Alex Jones right now to have a full on. I told you! Oh my God, that Joe Rogan, those clips.
They're all fired. They're all everyone that I've seen is so funny.
But
you know what? Fuck that guy. I mean, we DM'd him months ago to come on.
Twitter literally banned from him.
This was before.
Before, like a week before. He probably couldn't even get to his messages. Old fucking Twitter guy, Jack was like, get this guy off of our platform. And then Joe Rogan's like, I got you, bro. I got a bigger platform than Twitter, basically. And that's literally what happened. Yep. But the anti-vaccine thing, how did that all come to be? I thought that was one thing that everybody was like on board with. Like, yeah, we don't want these things that could sweep out our entire country ever coming back, so let's just go ahead and do this. And then all of a sudden it became like the cool thing to be.
Jenny McCarthy was pushing it to everyone, and she was married to what's his name? Jim Carrey at the time. And you can't believe anything Jenny McCarthy says because we saw her at that Super Bowl party the one time when she was pushing people not to smoke, and she was ripping darts in the club at the Super Bowl party.
I respect that.
She went through. I think it's one of the most impressive cigarette smokers I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, granted, it might just be whenever she drinks or whatever. She was having a good time. But there wasn't a single moment of that evening that I looked over that she wasn't finishing a cigarette going into another one. Like, you know, I don't know if I was catching her at every chain link in the chain smoking, but she was turning one over every time I looked at her. It was very impressive. But that's how it all started, is Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah, because they were for years, I guess, there was some amount of mercury in the immunization shots. So people were trying to link that to... Well, they were trying to link that to autism.
Fucking Dr. Diggs.
And here, Dr. Diggs will speak again here. The real issue here with the anti-vaccinationers is that with global warming, the permafrost and the glaciers are now melting, and old diseases are coming back. So if you're not being vaccinated for those old diseases, you have a much higher percentage chance of getting that disease now than you did 30 years ago. So now is the worst time to stop vaccinating.
I think that's a really good call. Nobody thinks about the jackalopes that are being unfrozen underneath those things.
And the diseases that they have. It's just like the sap from Jurassic World with the mosquitoes and getting their blood in the DNA. Basically the same thing. It's a troubling issue that we got to deal with these days.
But there's no way people really... Like, Jenny McCarthy's still getting her kids vaccines, right?
Yes, she is, for sure.
She's saying it to take it... I don't know. Honestly.
I don't know. Jim Carrey is an odd-looking human right now. Did you see that picture of him looking like an ant?
An ant?
What?
An ant?
Oh, not like an ant, the insect. Like your 50-year-old ant.
Yeah,
he looks like... let me
Jim
find
Carrey's best days are behind him?
Yeah.
Or is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
He might have a comeback late in his career.
He looks like a middle-aged woman.
This one?
Wow.
Correct.
This one right here?
Wow.
Okay, so The Grinch is my favorite Christmas movie.
Oh, he's definitely got some kind of roll going on there because he grew his hair out for
Aunt
it.
Phyllis.
He does look like an ant. He does look like an ant there. He, though, is my favorite Grinch. My favorite Santa Claus. favorite Christmas movie. Grinch on the other side there. Jim Carrey. Jim and Andy, that documentary, one of my favorite documentaries of all time. Dumb and Dumber was a movie I grew up on. I am a Jim Carrey guy, but it seems as if nowadays, every time he gets on a microphone, it's a very interesting situation. It's
something,
he's pretty
something
far
short
out
wire,
there.
something went wrong.
Did he do the DMT, you think, and then something went wrong?
Yeah,
that
I'm
what
thinking
happens?
he did a lot of DMT.
A lot
he's
of it?
lost in it. I think he's lost in it.
He's still
That's
in it.
exactly. You
So what
just
does the
nailed it. I didn't
DMT
think
do?
about it before, but he definitely did a bunch of DMT.
I guess it makes you just dive very deep into your brain and just become
Oh,
like,
so you access the other percentages?
yeah, it's like a reborn type situation. It's like coming out of the cave.
That would make so much sense because he speaks as if he's on a DMT trip the entire time.
So it's like limitless, but like
Yeah, it's deep though. It's like deep, like what life is, the meaning of life and everything like that.
Here,
It says he took it in 2012, so that kind of makes sense.
oh, so he did take it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Spiritual
There we
awakening.
go.
I could
called
never
it.
do that. Like I'd be fucked for the rest. I would be Jim Carrey. I would immediately turn into
Well,
someone like that.
You know,
was
now it might go
definitely
well though. Yeah.
already
come on,
weird,
you know
right?
me.
Joe
Yeah, for
Rogan
sure.
became one of the deepest brains of all time, and he talks about it very
Yeah,
openly.
but he could also
He
like,
handled it well, obviously.
he handles marijuana very, very well. It seems like
Oh,
you could.
So maybe I'm a
so
DMT.
you probably could
You
do
could
it.
handle it. Me, on the other hand, who can't take an edible, I would just, you might as well fucking put me in a clinic right after I did DMT.
Foxy and I are going to be at we're going to be in Orlando next week. We're going into Avatar.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Excuse me, what?
What's that about?
Going into Pandora, bub.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
It's on Tuesday down there.
How long's the flight? How do you get there?
Well,
Oh jeez.
it's just a walk-in type thing.
Oh, okay. Where's the?
Oh, Pandora Park.
Yeah, it's a Universal, I think. Is
Yeah,
it a
yeah.
Universal.
Oh, there's one at Universal now.
It's fun.
Samantha's setting it up. She's coming down to Orlando. And she wants to go see the animals. I guess there's an animal kingdom.
Animal Kingdom.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a fun time.
Huge tree of life.
But she sold me on the Avatar.
Yes.
She was like, let's go to Avatar. And then I think the plan is go to Avatar, do the walk through Avatar, find Jacob Sully, high five him, congratulate him on winning the tree of unobtainium, get everybody out of there, do that whole thing, maybe hop on a bird or two, fly around. And then the move is probably right over to Animal Kingdom, where I guess it's just a big ass
Hey, I
fucking
don't-
petting zoo.
Oh,
but
it
it's-
is.
Yep.
Hey,
Oh,
two
yeah.
parks in a day is a bold move, my friend.
It is.
That's
We
just-
gotta-
7 hour.
Do you get to go into the Avatar?
yeah, I think so.
Do they have avatars
Gotta
running
tire
around?
you out too.
I want to be in,
characters?
you know what I want to be in, even though he's a bad guy?
Yep.
The guy with the 3 scars, that big.
Yeah, War Machine. Titanfall.
Don't forget what team you're on.
The pictures look amazing for this.
Yeah, that's whenever he said edible. That's what I was thinking. My first thought was next Tuesday. I'm probably gonna
Gonna need one.
throw one in. I'm gonna be Jacob Sully.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be him. I'm
That'd be
gonna run.
cool if they like gave you a suit to walk in and around all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like 8 feet tall.
I've never been to any Disney parks.
No, they're a good time.
Never seen a Disney movie. Never been to any Disney parks. I think this Avatar is a part of the whole Disney thing, isn't it?
Now it is, yeah.
It's in that area.
Yeah.
I've never been, so I'm excited to go
You
check
should
it out.
cosplay as Jacob Sully
you
when you
should.
go. You get wheelchair, cut the lines.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
That's a great
That's
idea.
smart.
Oh, so you want me to act like I'm a military vet?
No, just
a paralyzed, wounded veteran to get to the front of the line
You should get
at
a fast,
Avatar.
You should get a
Now
fast
make
pass.
fun- For sure,
You
Yeah,
should get
go
a fast
fast
pass.
pass.
Spring break
That's good.
season.
I'll get you a discount on that.
Of course.
Box
Is your fucking dad Walt? Box top. Also from Heartland Radio 2.0. Check that out. Zito was on one. He had quite a day.
No, I got a Disney guy.
He does actually.
So Fast Pass, is there like a super fast? So I went to Six Flags for the first time with, not Six Flags, it was probably actually the second time.
Cedar Point?
Oh, we went to Cedar Point. First time going to Six Flags over there in Ohio. And I got talked into buying the super Fast Pass. There's a Fast Pass and a super Fast Pass. I got talked into buying it by the person that was selling it. It was a high school kid hustling the fuck out of me. And
They're normally at Disney. They're worth it.
It is.
The super Fast Pass, though, was the same exact one as the Fast Pass.
There's no such thing as the super fast pass. At least at Disney.
Respect to that.
Yeah,
There's
you
actually
you bought that kid's weed.
kid,
I was the same kid that took fucking Foxy's vape pen.
it was.
That was the same kid. Those goddamn kids.
Good hustle.
That's my cousin.
Yeah, they're working at
hustle.
carnivals, man. Gotta do what you gotta do.
It's called the Fast Pass Plus.
Oh, there is one.
Yeah, see, there it is. We're gonna definitely get that. I think we're gonna pull
I think
the
you should
trigger.
totally worth
You
it.
should do all the parks if you're going to be down there. You
I'm
gotta
not-
do it
well,
all.
we're gonna be down there
Yeah, quite a bit.
on a pretty regular. That's where the performance center is for WWE, and they have us go down there. And I mean, we didn't have many restrictions.
No, we can do anything we want.
It's like, just make some content for us, man. Whatever you want to do. And like, we're allowed to go in here. Just tell us before you go in there. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. How about that foam wrestling ring? Just don't tell us you're going on that. Just do that without us telling. If you hurt yourself, we are not getting sued for that. None of us are going to take them. You got it, man. It's awesome down there. But I think that Avatar thing is going to be cool. It's going to be coming right after our. We're taking a little road trip here.
Are you announcing?
Fastlane,
No,
right?
I'll be doing Fastlane in Cleveland. I'm doing a watch along.
Oh, okay.
So just like Joe Rogan's Fight Companion and the electric chair and all these things, they're going to be showing me watching the Fastlane pay-per-view. And then they're going to be funneling in superstars to come join me, whether it's after their match, before their match, old superstars, and they're just going to be sitting next to me. So it's going to be like a 3-hour open mic
Live?
for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
Twitter,
go.
Facebook, YouTube.
Is that where it's going to be?
All three. That's what he said on the
That's
phone.
going to be awesome.
Oh, my God.
Let's go.
I didn't know that. I'm pretty excited, though. I just get to sit there, and Finn Balor is going to be one of my one of the guests in there.
Sweet.
He's going to come through there for a second. Finn and I have met before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we shook
That's right.
hands. We shook hands.
Best friends, some might
He's good
say.
at makeup.
At what?
Makeup.
I don't think he does any makeup.
No, when he did the
demon.
Demon?
demon.
Oh, I thought you meant like on his day to day.
No.
You look at him.
Might.
He might be.
The demon was incredible.
Hey, he is chiseled out of fucking stone.
Yeah.
Really is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a lot of questions about his diet, about his workouts,
His routine.
his day to day,
Yep.
all these things about everything. But whenever he paints on that demon, it is unbelievable.
So you're driving
Driving from Indy to Cleveland for Fastlane with old Frankie Boy in his new Jeep.
Hilarious.
I'm driving, by the way.
You're putting miles on that lease already?
Got to do it.
If it's a lease, yeah, you hammer it. Is there only a certain amount of miles?
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like-
If you
Oh,
go
yeah.
over, you pay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Should we
Straight
get
in
a
early.
rental?
It's for content.
Listen,
trade
he
in
just
early.
got it. He has 3 years to cut back. Yeah. You pack those miles on early.
Yeah, it's an early signing bonus. Catch him on the
By
backside.
by that time, he's going to be a thousandaire.
Even if you're at least if you're not a WWE fan, just for just a way to look at it, I'm going to have a lot of things to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be in a room filled with, they're talking about like the names that have been sent to me about, this person will stop in there. I'm like, no way. They're like, yeah, it's easy because you're backstage. You'll be able to do whatever you want. And it's just going to be a running camera, just nonstop.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm worried potentially because this is a PG operation that I just have a 4-hour open mic. I mean, that's going to be a wild scene,
You'll
but
be
I'm
okay.
excited for
You're
that.
professional.
Have fun. I think you'll enjoy us. So we'll retweet it, obviously, because the WWE doesn't have enough followers. So we'll put it out. We'll put it out to our channels to make sure that people see that it's happening.
Yep.
You know, and then Pittsburgh Monday Night Raw on Monday, obviously, is in Pittsburgh. So we're going from Cleveland to Pittsburgh, which is hometown. Gonna watch Monday Night Raw. Maybe do a little chit chatting around town. Can't wait for that. Crowds in Pittsburgh always electric, so I'm excited for that. And then we fly down to Orlando Tuesday down there, and then go to Avatar.
Yep.
Probably pet a lion, and then Wednesday we got performance center stuff.
Yep.
And then we're off and running.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
With these podcasts
Quite
next
a
week,
run.
there's going to be some good shit to talk about. I'm going to be in a car for 4 hours. I haven't done this in a long time. I don't know how this is going to go, to be honest.
Surprising.
Road trip.
I don't love it. This morning I woke up, thought about
Here.
getting a plane.
Think about this. You said the other day that you don't mind layovers. Think about, or no, you're actually driving. I was going to say, if you're sitting in the passenger seat, it's just a layover while moving.
But in his layovers, you can walk around. I can go stop at a spa.
Right.
I get a nice 15-minute massage.
Get some yogurt.
Get some. I can go stop
you can
by.
do that. You just stop on the road. You go to nice sheets.
Yeah, but then you're not
Get
digging in.
yourself an MTO.
Your layover's getting longer when you stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just getting longer. And I got a bladder. Everybody
Flight
knows.
delayed a little bit.
Hey, everybody knows my bladder is not a good one.
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking. I was like, I'll just drive and meet you there. You can fly.
Wow.
You want the saddle up.
Man, the people, Pat.
I was going to drive with you, but it's Cleveland, so you know.
Be some good conversation.
I've also got a concussion on my schedule this weekend. Can't wait for that. Very excited.
What do you got going on?
Snowboard. I'm going back to Seven Springs.
Are you really? You don't wear a helmet?
Number one mountain resort in the Mid Atlantic. Not a big deal. Yeah, I do actually wear a helmet because I've had 2 concussions on the ski slopes.
That's a good idea. Yeah, we heard it there, and you're saying ski slope. I am worried about you.
Me too, dude. Because it's been I haven't had a chance to get back during the winter to snowboard since I've moved out here, and it's been 2 years.
You own a snowboard?
Yeah.
Hey, Diggs used to be a sloper now.
Oh yeah, I used to go all the fucking time. I worked at the ski slopes as one of my first jobs.
Nice.
But what I'm saying is, you used to be a very incredible athlete. Now you ran 2 routes on a football field. You broke your foot and pulled your hamstring.
Here's the thing: it's just like getting back in the gym, where like you just go way too fucking hard the first day. I assume it's going to be like that, and there's a concussion.
I'm worried about your knees.
I'm worried about the whole body, bro.
Yeah,
you're 30 now.
I know.
Hemorrhoids.
Fuck.
Yeah, that asshole.
Maybe we should reconsider and do the tubing. Maybe you should do the tubing.
Like on the iron tube.
Tubing is a win. You're going down the hill. You're having fun. You literally can't fuck it up because if you get off the tube, guess what you're still doing? Sliding down the hill as if you were on the tube. It's the same. It's a win-win. The McAfees love the tubing. It's a McAfee move.
Everyone loves tubing. Tubing's a great time. My worry is if I go back out after hitting the foggy goggle, that's when bad things happen. Hey. But the girlfriend doesn't know, being from Indiana, flat place, she doesn't know how to ski or snowboard, so
Bunny Hill.
Can't leave her inside at the bar too long by herself, so I can't be out there too.
Yeah, because you're a gentleman.
Saving myself.
Yeah, you are.
But I am slightly worried. I'll be honest with you.
How's the powder looking for the weekend?
The pow is fresh and
pow?
deep, dude.
Nice.
I can't take you fucking winter people serious. I honestly can't. Back in the day, whenever there was a little group of you guys that all worked at the slopes and everybody talked about how much fun it is, I was like, this is awesome. And I went. I was like, I fucking hate I am so cold. I am one little away from ending both my soccer and football career. This couldn't be any worse. And everybody in here knows me, so I can't just get alcohol here. This is a fucking no-win situation. But as now I'm older. I think I would enjoy being able to do something.
It's fun.
It's hot chocolate.
It's a lot of fun.
But it seems like such a process, though.
It is. Yeah.
You got to get all your shit on. You got to waddle. You got to get the thing all the way up the thing. You got to go down the thing.
I don't like the ski lift either.
Tell you, here's what's made the ski lift better now is you had to have like a one hitter or a bull, and if the wind was going, fuck your lighter. But now with the pens. Snowboarding's become a lot more fun. A lot easier, a lot more
You don't see any commercials about vape helping out.
No, you really don't.
You don't, dude.
You just see the hurtful ones.
I think they're illegal.
Where?
Commercials for selling tobacco and helping out tobacco.
Oh, vitamins.
Vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins. I see a lot of vitamins commercials all the time. GNC has vitamins commercials all the time.
They do.
All the time.
Just poked a hole in your fucking theory.
Gorman, you're a winter guy, aren't you? I can tell you like the skiing.
I do, yeah.
You're a skier.
I do not snowboard. I ski, yeah.
Yeah, you're country club, dude.
Club Med.
Two different sides of the mountain, right? I watched that one movie.
Yeah, he's a fucking Sky. Diggs is an urchin.
Yep.
Great marketing strategy you came up for with the vape that they ignored, though, to sell it in extra windy places.
Like if you were a vitamin taker,
if you live in a place where it's windy,
like you had to light it while inside of your jacket. It was a whole fucking situation. But now with the pen, it's
With gloves on.
You're a skier, though, huh?
I love it.
You do it often? Like this winter, you've gone?
I have not gone this winter. Last winter, yes, I did.
There's people that like make entire vacations out of it. Like, we're going out to Colorado.
Yep. Oh, wait till you see my IG post when I'm in a bathing suit in the snow. It's real sexy.
Boyne Highlands.
Boyne, I was going to say, you definitely got to go to Boyne, right?
Michigan, yeah.
Well, that's an IG model move. So,
are you going to fucking do the snowboard in your underwear?
I'll have a parka on with a bathing suit,
like
standing
Triple
next to like a
scarf,
a tub.
Hey, there's a half pipe up there, right? You want to go hit that half pipe?
There's a bunch of board parks. I'll hit a couple rails for you guys. It's not a big deal.
Cocaine.
So growing up in Plum, where was like the sledding spot?
Boys everywhere. My house had a fucking incredible one. My house had a double whoop-de-whoop that got you really, everywhere. It's literally, you got to remember, Pittsburgh is described as which hills do you live in? Like we grew up in the East Hills, then there's the South Hills, the North Hills, the hills are literally everything. That is where we grow up. That's why when you come to Indiana, it is a bit of a culture shock for a little bit. It's very weird. Oh, yeah. And then now when I go back to Pittsburgh, like on Monday, I'm probably going to get sick. I get sick. I get altitude sickness going home. It's a wild scene. But
I also had a great sled riding hill behind my house too, straight down in the woods.
I love it.
What would you guys use in Pittsburgh? A lot of sledding, obviously, but not buying a sled from the sporting goods
Garbage
store.
bag was a good move.
Garbage bag?
Yeah.
How about a pizza? Have you ever done that?
No.
Hold on to a pizza?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we weren't that poor.
Well, yeah, Jesus. I think garbage bag is a little bit of a step up, but do you remember the round? There was a round
garbage
discs.
By far the fastest.
The disc changed the game. The disc changed the game. Almost a couple near deaths too down on my street because you go down a big hill and then there's a flat area. That's where I used to kick the soccer ball
Kids
on the
did
wall.
die. They would go into the streets and die.
a lot of kids end up in rivers around here on them.
Yeah, but there's no hills
It's
here.
all flat.
No, but when you travel
Find
to
one?
a hill,
Yeah.
they all end at a river.
Yeah.
So
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it always rolls towards water.
Just like the Grand Canyon.
Everybody knows that.
You got to find a riverbank because we don't have regular hills.
I was a head first guy, though.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Gotta be. Yeah.
Fastest.
Like, that's why in
You
the
control better, too.
Yeah,
well,
you
in the
control.
Olympics, I don't understand the guys that do the back lay one, the skeleton,
yeah.
I think.
Mhm.
No,
Skeleton.
skeleton.
Yeah, skeleton.
Oh yeah.
Those ones, I don't know how they do that. That'd scare the shit out of me. The head first ones, though, I think is much more.
My belly would get in the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to go out on a limb here. I think skeleton is the sport that we like. That goes head first. Luge, I believe, is.
Luge is on your back.
Yeah, it's on your back.
And then skeleton.
I believe we're big skeleton guys.
Oh, skeleton's a head first one?
I believe so.
That's the one where people seem to get hurt in.
Yeah.
But it makes sense to me that that's one I would want to do because it feels like you're more in control. I never understood the kids that would sit on sleds and like lay down.
Well, they're nerds.
I always tried to surf on them or snowboard on them on the sled.
I didn't do that.
Bad for ankles.
I was always worried about my legs blowing out.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, skeleton,
good job, by the
skeleton is head first.
Okay, so skeleton's head first. Luge, you were right there. The bobsledding.
Yes.
How come that isn't like a more
the
easily
rhythm.
thing to do?
It is like in Lake Placid.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, how come?
Like recreationally, you mean?
It is if you go to the place where everyone does it.
If you go to the Olympic Park, and maybe head over to Russia too. Stop by Sochi.
Seriously, I don't understand why local water parks
Come
don't
on.
just freeze their slides and everyone can do some bobsledding during the winter.
Makes no sense to
Also
me.
known as dead. Okay, because those hills are pretty big.
Do
You're gonna
water
slink
parks
them down.
happen in a lot of places?
I mean, they do where we're from.
Pittsburgh Sandcastle
All
shuttered
indoor,
down.
right?
No, shut her down. It was outdoor. You had to walk up these like.
Oh no, it's open still.
You had still open.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the Sandcastle was the place to shut it down.
Oh yeah.
You had to walk up these tiny little stairs all the way up to the fucking
yeah.
top.
Oh, yeah.
In some of them you had to carry like a tube with you.
Yep, all the way up.
All the way up. And those things still happen or not?
Oh yeah, there's a huge one in like right outside Waterloo. They built a bunch of stuff around it. It's like one of the biggest attractions in Iowa now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Those are a good time.
Those are really
then
good.
you lay down at night and you still feel like you're on the
Yep.
fucking slide. You remember those days?
There's one called Geauga Lake up by Cleveland one time. That was a go-to spot.
Geauga.
What are we going to do in Cleveland? They got casinos in Cleveland?
I don't know actually.
I don't
Rock
know.
and Roll Hall of
It's
Fame.
just no, it's just a piece of shit.
See if you guys can find maybe like a Seeger show somewhere. Or something.
No, what is it called?
Probably
It's
the
the
name.
Flats. I think it's called the Flats, the area where you're supposed to go there.
Well, right, because people from Ohio came to Pittsburgh's casino because they didn't have a casino in Ohio. So let's assume that the casino is out in Ohio. We're going to be in Cleveland for basically one day where we're not really going to do much.
Go to a
there, I
Cavs game. Tickets available.
Yeah, the land. Probably.
guess. We could probably sit courtside there.
You
huh?
probably could.
Probably.
To be honest.
We might be able to get in the game. We might be able to get in the goddamn game. When we go to Pittsburgh, though, we're
There's
definitely
casinos in Ohio.
Yeah, I figured there probably would be because they
Live.
got them in Cincinnati now.
live.
Live
Cincinnati's
dealers.
on the boat, right?
Yeah,
Cleveland's on the water
if
as
they
well.
have water through there. Yeah,
Cleveland is
Yeah,
on the
it's
lake.
a steak
up there.
by the lake.
Okay, so we're gonna hit a couple casinos. That's awesome. I'm excited for that. Can't fucking
I
wait.
said you're going to the casino in
It's a
Pittsburgh
dumb,
too.
dumb rule, isn't it? Though maybe Todd can.
Oh, you could sports bet on Monday.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh, you halfway through the game too. Which I am good at feeling out a team, and I can go bet halfway through live betting in Rivers Casino. There, they got a live sports book in there.
there you
Pretty
go.
awesome.
That's
Nick,
a
he's
good
guaranteed to
casino.
win
I've been there,
thousands.
but I'm talking about Indiana casinos and like you said, Cincinnati. They got to be on a boat. You got to be on water to gamble. What is
Downer and
that?
Shelby.
What is this?
Bullshit.
Well, it's all hustle, right? It's all bureaucratic bullshit, right?
Just to keep the number of licenses down, so people have to pay more for them.
So their friends can get them.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Basically.
what it is.
Backroom hustle.
Yeah.
Hey, respect.
Just like what's happening with the marijuana licenses now, too. I think that's what's going to happen with the marijuana license. You got all these potheads that grow their own weed, and they're all like, well, wait till it's legal. I'm going to do it. I'm like, well, you better start shaking some politicians' hands. Yeah, I got some real friends that have been doing some real damage, like How High type shit with Method Man, and they're like, just waiting on it to become legal nationwide. I'm like, well, you better get to work lobbying for a fucking thing because they're going to control the licenses.
Yeah.
Also. They're going to control. You get a permit, you get a permit, and you get a permit because you donated X amount to my campaign. You donated X amount to my
Exactly.
campaign. You donated.
Do they do that? So obviously not here because you could sell it in gas stations and stuff like that. But like in Pennsylvania, where beer distributors they have licenses too, like a limited number of licenses.
Yeah, because there's only
for alcohol?
state stores. So in Pennsylvania, you can get liquor at a state store and then beer from a beer store. You can't get them at a gas station. You can't get them at a grocery store. You can't do any of that. You have to go through that. I would assume that's the same type of thing. You have to like petition to get a license to do this, to do that. It's probably just like bars and restaurants everywhere.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would assume that's the case. We need to get one of the marijuana
You
ones.
know the mayor
Yeah, we do.
Of what town?
here.
I've gone after him pretty hard for these potholes. And I don't know if he's the guy pulling the trigger on the marijuana dispensary.
Do you know the governor?
I don't know the governor, but he did follow me on Twitter the other day.
Nice. Oh, hey, that might be the first step.
Hey, big
the olive
news.
branch.
I'll send him a DM. Guys, when those vitamins license come, I'm going to need those. I think we could have a nice little operation. Somebody got a green thumb in here, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
We'd have to
Runs in
hire
the
him.
family.
I think Zito could do it.
Can we call it the vitamin branch? I'm just word shopping, right?
Work shopping.
Word shopping.
You're not buying words.
Can I buy a vowel?
Workshop is like a workshop is when you go and work through something.
So it's workshopping.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So edit that last part out and just say workshopping.
Had a boy, nice little Zito thought there for sure. Well, I'm just workshopping. Zito, Chicago.
Yeah.
Nice place. Ben Askren said he's had a fight there. Are we going to go to that? Do we have?
I have a very good disc golf course over there, so.
Oh, we're going to take him disc golfing because that's in June. It'll be nice too.
June 8th. Beautiful.
Oh, there's content.
There's a big hill. It's like maybe like 20, 40 feet up above the ground, and you shoot over. It's a par 3 course.
Okay,
Amazing.
#endgame, #endgang. Tell Ben Askren thank you for coming on the show on Twitter, and then tell him you would like for him to disc golf against me one-on-one in Chicago in June for his next fight. Either, I don't know when he would do it. I honestly don't know when he was.
June 7th.
The day before, he's in that goddamn bathtub doing the 170.
Maybe he wore a sweatsuit out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wear a sweatsuit. There
Maybe
it is.
losing weight. And
Oh,
playing.
so then that'll make it fair. He's next to death, and I'm at my peak performance.
Exactly.
Okay, good. So that's what we tell him. #endgang, #endgame. If he responds to you, if he answers, the first one he answers, we'll give you a couple shirts from the merch store. We appreciate you all so much. From myself, at Tom McComas, at Diggs.
Yeah, what is he?
Choo choo.
A-Train, choo-choo, get off the tracks.
Is that not available? Is A-Train Choo Choo not available?
Not enough characters.
Well, you can get to Choo Cho probably.
At least.
A-Train Choo Cho.
Well, what about getting off the tracks?
Well, you can add that to it. So this is what you had to do back in the day on Twitter. So maybe it's A-Train CHU, right? And then it's I don't know how you
Get off the tracks. So
G-T-O. No,
D-O-T.
D-O-T-T.
Yeah, get off the tracks.
A-Train CHU, G-O-T-T.
Yep.
And tracks with a Z.
Oh, he's dead. At Nick Barotto, at Hey Gorman, at Viva Lazito, at Boston Connor. There's no chance you're going to find it the way he spelled it. It was stupid. At Evan Foxy and at Ty Schmidt with 1 T.
Yeah, it's spelled correctly. Yep.
Send us a tweet. We're all so thankful for all of you. You guys are the absolute best. Ty Schmidt hit the. Oh, have a great weekend. Heartland Radio 2.0 tomorrow. Friday bangers, good conversation. You'll enjoy it. We're in a little bit of a dead time here with the world. Oh, by the way, anything going on in hockey?
Yes, there are things going on.
And that's hockey time.
Let's go.
World's going to pick up next week. Free agency starts.
Okay.
The new year starts.
We appreciate you fucking with us, though, and spending some time. We're going to learn a lot about each other because a lot of things are about to happen in a very quick time. And I hope we can give you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at how everything is building for us. I think we do that on a regular basis. I feel like it's pretty transparent. There's a lot of things potentially on the table for us, for me, and I'll be excited to detail it through and through. And I thank you all so much for following along. What you guys did on Twitter on Monday was one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of in my life.
There it is. Good stuff, people. Good
No,
stuff.
I have not been offered the gig. I don't know if I will, but we caused quite a fucking disruption in the space, and I'm thankful for that. And if those dumbasses can't see it, that's on them, not on us.
Hey, you're in the room, brother. You in the room.
We're in the room. Probably not in the booth, but we'll figure it out. Thank you guys so much. Ty Schmidt, hit the music.